What's up, guys? In this video, I will be ranking all of the stratagems on how they perform against the Automatons, because it has been a long time since I've done this. I think my last tier list was like 3 months ago. So let's go ahead and get started. So we've got the machine gun. This is obviously one of the starter stratagems that you get when you first buy the game. It's not a bad weapon, but it also, obviously, there's a lot of better options, so I think for now I'm just going to stick it in C tier. Okay, then we got the anti-material rifle. This thing, obviously, if you've watched my last video, this thing is absolutely insane. Easy S tier, to be honest. I mean, it kills literally anything easily. So yeah, nothing, not much to say there. Okay, then we got the Stalwart. So against the Terminids, it's not bad. I do enjoy it there, but against the bots, it's honestly D tier. It just, the light armor pen just is not good enough to deal with Devastators or really anything else. Okay, then we got the Eat 17. So while there are better options than this, you know, you got the Commando, the Spear even. It's never bad to just have like extra rocket launchers because it has such a short cooldown. So to be honest, I think I'm still going to give it A tier. I would just say, you know, have like one or two teammates bring this if you want to, and you're just going to get, you know, 4 rockets every 60 seconds. It's never a bad thing. Okay, then we got the recoilless rifle. So this is a hard one for me because I just don't use this thing, just because it's literally just an Eat 17 but with a backpack that you have to carry with you, and I'd rather just have this one. Honestly, I'll give it C tier. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it D tier. Like, I know people are gonna complain about it, but it's just, there's just better options. I would not recommend this. Okay, then we got the flamethrower. So obviously, this is a Terminated weapon. It's not good against the bots at all, but with its recent nerf, honestly, it needs to be reworked. Like this, it's just not good right now. They really need to fix it. All right, we got the auto cannon. So obviously, pretty much any other tier list out there will put this in S tier, and I will say it is a good weapon. I'm not against that. I am not the biggest fan of it just because its handling and recoil can be so challenging, and especially its reload speed is so slow that I'd rather, you know, have something like the AMR or like the railgun for faster shots. Now, obviously, you can use the armor that makes it easier to handle, but I think I'm going to give it A tier. So obviously, some people will put it in S tier, and I know people are going to complain about this, but I think A tier is a better fit for it. Okay, we got the heavy machine gun. I've enjoyed this gun the few times that I've used it against the bots. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It pairs well with stuns, to be honest. You know, you just stun the bots and start smoking it with this thing. I think it's a solid B tier stratagem. Okay, airburst rocket launcher. This is the hard one for me because I want to love this gun because it's like a really cool concept, like the way it works. But to be honest, I think it needs a rework. Just, it can literally only kill light enemies, and even against the bugs, it just doesn't do enough, to be honest. Okay, we got the Commando. I mean, easy S tier. If you've seen any of my other videos, just the fact that it destroys fabricators as easily as it does, that alone makes it S tier, just sniping them from halfway across the map. So yeah, not much to say there. Okay, railgun, once again, straight into S tier. Especially now that it can kill gunships easily. I think before I probably had it in A tier when gunships were a big issue for it, but now that it can kill gunships, it's basically the same as the AMR. So yeah, both of these are definitely my S tier weapons. Okay, we got the spear. So before the Commando released, I would have put this in high A or even S tier. It obviously isn't bad, but it's just, its main purpose is like the Commando, it'll blow up fabricators, you know, it's good against gunships too, I guess, but overall, honestly, I think I'm going to put it in B tier. I might move it up later, but I think for now, it's just the Commando is just better. Alright, grenade launcher. Against the bots, I mean, it's good against the Terminids. I do enjoy it there, but against the bots, honestly, I think it's D tier. You're just better off with something else. It's just hard to get value out of it. Alright, laser cannon. This is another weapon that I do enjoy it, honestly. I think, especially now that we've got difficulty 10, it can be difficult to use because you have to like kind of track the bots, and when there's so many rockets flying at you, that can be difficult. So because of that, I think I'll give it B tier. Still a solid pick. Alright, the arc thrower. I don't have a ton of experience with this one. It's not awful, but at the same time, I don't think it's amazing. I think I'm going to give it C tier. I think this is a good fit for it. And then we got the Quasar Cannon. So, obviously, 15-second cooldown, that is a long time between shots, and it has trouble one-shotting things. I think it will one-shot Hulk if you hit them, like, straight in the eyes, but it'll two-shot them if you don't. I think it's a solid B tier. I'd rather have, like, you know, the Commando or the Eat 17 as, like, my rocket launcher over the Quasar Cannon, but, you know, it's not bad. Okay, emplacement stratagems. The HMG turret. I've seen you can get use out of this by pairing it with like a shield generator if you're playing with like a team. I'm gonna give it C just because it is like a cool concept. And I want to like it, and I think you can. You know, it has some niche uses that you can get out of it, but overall, it's not the best. All right, then we have the shield generator. This for me, honestly, I want to give it S tier, but I think just because, especially on difficulty 10, there's so many things shooting at you. I think it really needs to either have like better HP or it needs to not disappear after like 20 seconds or whatever its timer is, and then it would definitely be S tier. But yeah, still really good. And then the Tesla Tower, this thing, I don't know if it needs a rework as much as it just isn't good. Like I don't know, it TKs too easily. Maybe if it had like a better range, that'd be better. But like overall, I just don't think it's that great, even against the bugs, honestly. Okay, we got mines. So obviously we got the new anti-tank mines. Overall, I mean, normal mines and incendiary mines, I think they're just D tier. I've gotten some value with the incendiary mines against the bugs, but against the bots, one, they just seem to like not step on them. They're too spread apart, and two, you're just gonna TK more than anything. So I just wouldn't recommend it. The anti-tank mines, I don't have a ton of experience with yet, but from what I've seen, they can actually be decent. I'm gonna give them C tier for now, but I might move them up to B later when I'm done with all these, and we'll see. Alright, now we got Eagle stratagems. So the Eagle strafing run, honestly it's a very solid stratagem. It works well against patrols because it does do decent damage, and since they generally walk in a straight line, you can just stun them and hit them with one of these, and you get 5 uses, so it lasts a while. I think it's a solid B tier. We got airstrike, easy S tier. I don't think I even need to explain this one. Obviously, you'll destroy bases with it. You can kill patrols easily. I mean, yeah, it's just great. Not much to say there. Okay, cluster bomb. This is one of the Eagle stratagems that I'm not a massive fan of, just because it's a massive team killing machine, and it struggles with medium armored enemies quite a bit. It basically only kills light bots, so for that, I think I'm gonna put it in C. Honestly, and I'll put it in C. I don't think it doesn't deserve D. Napalm, however, while this is like an S tier against the bugs, against the bots, this is D tier, I think. I just would rather have literally any other Eagle, to be honest, than the Napalm against the bots. Alright. Rocket pods. Sorry, smoke. So smoke needs to be reworked, to be honest. I mean, the issue with it is even sometimes after you deploy it, the bots still shoot you through it, so it's just, I don't know. It just is not effective right now. There's just almost no reason to bring it. And yeah, with the Orbital, we'll put that one in here too. These two basically are the same thing. Okay, rocket pods. These are a solid B tier, I think. I think overall, they still struggle with accuracy sometimes, but they kill tanks really effectively, and that's like the big thing for me. So yeah, definitely a solid B tier. And then the 500 kg. I'll stick these in A. I think they're slightly worse than the airstrike because their radius isn't good, but they'll still kill patrols very effectively. And then I think I'm gonna move Napalm up to C. I think it's similar to the cluster bomb. I think it deserves C tier. Alright. So we got orbitals now. So the Gatling and the Airburst are very similar in what they do. I think I'm going to give these both C tier, because you can get good value by just stunning a patrol and just dropping these on top of them. They're not awful, but obviously you have better options. Okay, then the 120. So for the 120, I'm going to give that B, but I think the 380, I'm going to give that A. This is really effective on like a fortress. You drop like, 2 of these with your teammate on a fortress and you'll get a lot of value. The only reason this is lower is because I think if you're just going to bring one of these, commit to the 380, and then, but if you want both, then, that's not a bad idea either. But yeah, if you're picking one, take the 380 over the 120. Okay, then the walking barrage. This thing isn't awful. I think, it definitely isn't as good as the 380 or the 120, because these are more like, spread out over an area. This is like in a straight line, so it's hard to like kind of get value with it. I'll give it C just because it's not the worst thing ever, but it definitely could be improved. Okay, the orbital laser is an easy S tier. This thing, I mean, I kind of just bring it along as like, you can just use it to get out of almost any situation. If the bots are just kind of surrounding you, toss one of these, it'll kill a lot of things. Yeah, it's just very effective. We got the orbital railgun. This one, I'd give it S tier for how much damage it can do and how, like, it locks onto targets. But because its cooldown is not great, I think I'm going to have to give it A. And then what I'll do is Orbital Precision, this is going to go in S tier. Because this is basically like the Railgun, except it doesn't lock on. But its cooldown is like 70 seconds, I think. So you get it basically once a minute, which is actually really good. Okay, then we got Orbital Gas. Against the bugs, I do enjoy using this. You toss it on a bug breach, it'll kill things pretty effectively. Against the bots, though, I think I'd rather bring almost any other Orbital, to be honest. So it's going to have to go in D. But it is good against the bugs, so keep that in mind. Then we got the EMS Strike. This thing isn't the worst thing ever. However, I bring stuns anytime I play against the bots, and it's just like a massive stun grenade that has like a 70-second cooldown and takes a stratagem slot, so I just don't see a ton of value in it, so I'm going to give it C tier for that reason. It is, if you're not bringing stuns, then yeah, it is very good, but if you have stuns, it's almost kind of pointless in my opinion. Okay, so we got the mechs now, the Exo-suits. So the Patriot, honestly, I think it needs to be reworked. They need to fix its rockets so they actually go where you're aiming. I just don't think it's in a good spot right now. However, the Emancipator, the dual autocannons on this are actually very effective. I might give it A tier, honestly, just because it's A or B. It kills almost everything very well, but it does, the rockets can kill it pretty fast, especially on Super Helldive. I'm going to stick it in B for now, but I might move that later. Alright, we got backpacks now. So I think the jump pack, this is definitely an A tier stratagem if you know how to use it well. If you don't know how to use it, this could easily be a D tier, but if you know how to use it, it's definitely A tier. To like get better advantage points, you pair it with like the AMR, and that's a very good combo. Alright, then we got supply pack, and I'll get the shield pack too. What is that? These are the two S tier backpacks. This, obviously, it's an entire resupply on your back. You can't go wrong with this. Because in my last video, I think I used like 60 snims or something crazy like that, just because I had the supply pack with me. Well, and yeah, it's very effective. And the shield generator pack, obviously, just having a shield on your back with all the rockets being fired on you, it'll stop you from getting ragdolled. Nothing bad about it. Okay, so then we got the two guard dogs here. So, honestly, the standard guard dog, the one with the assault rifle, this needs to get reworked. Right now, obviously it's better against bugs than bots, but it'll just dump its mag on like a charger or something it can't even damage, and then you're out of ammo for it almost immediately. So yeah, it needs to get buffed. The guard dog rover, it's good against the bugs, but obviously against bots, I don't recommend either of these, so it's going to go in D tier. Alright, the ballistic shield. This is a hard one for me because I want to like it so much, and I have gotten some good value out of it. But I think because of how many rockets they get fired at you now on Super Helldive, it has to go in. I'll put it in B. I think this is a solid spot for it. Alright, just got the sentries left. So I'm going to go ahead and say, overall, I'm not a massive fan of sentries against the bots because they tend to just kind of shoot them with rockets. However, you can get the ship buff that increases their health, and you can put them onto a shield generator, so there is a way to get value from them. I think the standard machine gun is probably D tier. The Gatling one's just better. I'll put Gatling in C. Autocannon, this will be, honestly, I think this is A tier for a Sentry. Then we got, let's see, we got the mortar. Mortar's a hard one because it can TK easily. However, against the bots, they tend to stay farther back from you, so it can be, you can't survive, it's not going to TK as often if you were playing against the bugs and they were jumping on you. I think I'm going to give it B tier. It's not awful. Okay, Rocket Sentry. This is the hard one for me, just because I think the autocannon is just like, they do like the same thing, but the autocannon is just better. Now, if you wanted to bring both for like a defense mission, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But I think if you're just picking one, bring the autocannon, so I'm going to put this in C tier, I think. I think this is a better spot for it. And then we got the EMS Sentry. Honestly, if you can put this in like a good spot behind some cover, this thing will completely, obviously it just immobilizes all of the bots that it hits, and it shoots quite a few shells. It's almost like an infinite stun grenade launcher while you have it. Honestly, I think it's going to be S tier. If you find a good spot for this, this will literally stop all bots from chasing you. Alright, so that is everything. Let's see if I want to change any of this up while I'm looking at it. So, I'm pretty happy with this S tier. So these are the 3 best support weapons in my opinion. This is looking good. I might move Strafing Run down to C. Obviously, I don't think it's bad, but I think when you look at what's in this tier, you've got the spear, you've got the laser cannon, the Emancipator Exo-suit. I think this might deserve a bit lower. We'll put it with the cluster bomb. Let's see. Got a bunch of orbitals here. Like I said, the EMS field could go in B tier. It's just I always use stun, so I just don't really see the value in it when you have, obviously, as many stuns as that. These are all, but Orbital Gatling and Air Burst are almost the same thing. This just shoots longer. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Yep, I think this is going to be my final tier list for today. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. And if you disagree, let me know what you disagree with, and I'll try to, respond to you, and we can talk about it and see which stratagem could be moved. But yeah, please like and sub to my channel, and thank you for watching.